so far. What are your must-haves before jumping into a deal?
It depends, because what is my goal? If you're talking about for BRRRR, must have cash flow, because I can't hang on to it if it doesn't have cash flow. It must have appreciation. If it doesn't have appreciation, I don't want to waste my time hanging on to it. So those are the two big things. And then it has to be something that's not super hard to do. If it's something that's super hard to do, it's in an area where the inspection department takes forever to get back to you. If it's an area of gang violence, there's certain things I want easy investments. I'm lazy. As you can tell, look at me. So I don't want to say lazy in a bad way. That makes me really go and find good deals, because I don't want to work hard, but I want to make a lot of money. So certain things that I look for: how can I structure the deal? How can I be creative about it? Can I get owner financing? Can I keep that in place? And can I get a significant return for my time? And can I minimize risk for my investors and me? I've never lost a single dollar of my investors' money, and I never plan on it. So you have to be very picky and patient. It's okay to be patient, because one wrong deal will set you back 5 or 10 years, or destroy you altogether and say, I don't never want to do a deal again.
To leverage out all of your equity, how do you know when you're over leveraged?
There's a difference between getting all your equity out and being over leveraged. In other words, let's say that I'm in something for, so people say, oh man, you're over leveraged. Well, what did I do with the cash? So in other words, let's say I bought a property A, and let's say I took out 80% leverage on it. Well, that 80% leverage gave me cash back. Let's say I took that cash back and bought another property. Now I'm in that property for, let's say, 50%. 50 plus 80 is 130. Divide that in half, and that's what? 65%. I'm only leveraged at 65%. So you don't really get over leverage. You want to look at your cash flow. You want to look at you got to understand there's a lot more to it than that. You got to understand your cash flow, your reserves, make sure you have plenty of reserves. And the main thing is, when you're growing a company and you're pulling heavy cash out, don't take it and go on vacation. Don't go buy a Louis Vuitton shirt. Don't go buy no red bottom shoes. Don't go buy no Lamborghinis, man. Don't go buy no Rolex. Don't go do none of that, man. You take that money and you grow it, and you grow it, and you grow it, and you sacrifice. You don't worry about, oh, well, I don't have this. And my friends, like, listen, man, who cares? Don't even focus on that. Focus on your goal. And if your goal is to get to $5,000 a month in passive income, or $10,000 a month in passive income, focus on that, and don't do anything until you reach that first goal. Once you reach that first goal, you can step back. You can say, okay, I'm going to take a breather, man. I'm going to gather everything. I'm going to look at what my net worth is now. Maybe I'm going to take me a little vacation. Maybe I'm going to buy me a sports car, but when you do, go pay cash, because you don't want all these bills, man. You don't want all bills. If you can't afford to pay cash for it. Now, that doesn't mean you always pay cash, but if you can't afford to pay cash for it, I always tell people, man, when you go finance a luxury item, what you're essentially doing, unless you have the cash to do it and you're only doing it because you can get 8% on your cash and you're getting 2% loan, is you're borrowing money to buy something that you haven't earned yet. You haven't earned it, and you're going to go buy a depreciating asset that you have to pay interest on. So that's part of the psychology that we want to teach you guys too, how to become wealthy. The only difference between people that are wealthy and poor are what they do with their money. Because rich people do different things with their money. They reinvest it. They reinvest it. They reinvest it. And people that are poor spend it, spend it, spend it. And they always say, I don't have enough. I'm enough because you spend it all. Even if you only have a little few dollars to invest, you have to start investing. You have to, man. You got to make sacrifices. You got to find ways to make more money. You have to be the problem. If you are not the problem, there's no solution.
Your course should include out-of-state investing strategies.
That's great. And, we're going to cover that and some, but, property management. But, man, thank you for that, Calvin. I think that's definitely out-of-state. We'll bring in some people, and I've done out-of-state investing, but I will bring in some people who have done the BRRRR out of state. And man, thank you for that, man. We appreciate it. Anybody else got anything else they want to know? In our course, Out of State Investing for BRRRR. How do you help a guy get funds when the bank won't give it because he went to jail? Listen, man, I went to jail, man. The bank will give you money. Matter of fact, I told a guy I went to prison this morning. He didn't say he won't give me money. Ray Sean, you got to dig into why they won't give you money. It's not because you went to jail. It's probably because you didn't pay something, you owe something, you don't have financials, your credit's messed up.
Where's a good place to look for private investors?
The BRRRR group is good. You can go on there and say, hey, guys, I'm doing first deal, man. I'm trying to get some private capital. Friends and family, if they believe in you, if they want to invest, think about it. You only need 20 grand. And I know that's a lot, but let's just say you go to a bunch of your friends. You get 1,000 a piece. You pull the money together. Or you can go to like real estate meetups, and basically on your first deal, you might have to partner with somebody and say, hey, look, I'm going to find a deal. I'm going to do the construction, and you're going to bring the money. We're going to partner. You're going to get a certain return on your money, plus you're going to get equity in the deal. I'm going to get a project management fee if I hit all my stuff, and I'm going to get a property management fee. So set it up like that. Me and my partner, Mike Ely, had one of our best investors. Hey, man, had one of our best investors ever, man, and that's how we used to do it with him. So
what's the best way to find off-market deals?
So we did a video on this the other day. So the one deal that we found, we went around, we start finding the bad properties. I mean, everything in real estate is really just not taking no for an answer. Yeah, I'm over here working in a neighborhood, and here's how we did it. Over here working in a neighborhood. If my guys are too loud, just here, want to give you my card. Call me up and let me know, and I'll take care of it. And while we're in this area too, we typically look for other properties to buy. And if you're looking to sell your property, call me. You got my number, you got my card, right? That way you're not soliciting really. You're not coming across like that. You do want to know if there's somebody over there. Walk the streets. Look on the auditor. We were looking on the auditor. We're going to show you all that in our videos. But look, in our what's it called? Our training thing we're doing?
Online course.
Our online course. Go on the auditor. We went on the Hamilton County auditor or whatever auditor you're at. We went and looked and seen when everybody bought all these properties when they were real cheap. Then what you do is you go out there, you knock on them doors. Some of them are going to be renters. Some of them will even have a rental registration you can click on, and you can go on there. Rental registration got a phone number. Man, let me call this number. Hey, you looking to sell this house? You bought it for $40,000. It's worth $180,000. They might not know that. They might just say, man, yeah. I said, man, that tenant over there ain't paid me in 6 months, man. Ding, 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 ding. What do you want for it? Well, I owe $50 on it, and I just really want to get out of it. Hey, let me ask you this, man. Would you be willing to do if I gave you a couple $1,000s down and start taking care of the mortgage payment, would you let me assume and take over the mortgage? All kinds of creative ways. No money down techniques. Those are great as long as you're not getting over leveraged. So there's a lot of different ways, but good old fashioned knocking on the doors, driving the neighborhoods, putting old bandit signs out, answering your phone on the first ring, being professional with people, listening to what they have to say. That's it. Put them up around Home Depot. Put them up around old abandoned neighborhoods. Put them up around in neighborhoods that you want to target, that you want to buy in. Sure, you hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, Nate Barger on YouTube, and hit the bell, and you'll be notified on any new videos that come out.